Welcome to Basic Sci-Fi, the short storytelling podcast where we tell stories that you can basically call sci-fi. I'm Jared,
I'm Todd.
And I'm Adam.
and today we have another episode from me.
Yay!
Yeah!
The usual.
Stuff and things!
Yeah.
Stuff
Yeah.
and things!
Things and stuff. Yep.
Oh man, things about to get stuffed.
What?
I don't know about that.
Tune in next week.
Maybe.
My story, things get stuffed.
Oh no.
Basically sci-fi at night.
What was that? The podcast we were going to start? The other one? Basically something?
What?
Basically erotic. That's what that is.
Oh, this is one of those things we were going to start that you pitched.
Yeah, we came up with the idea.
That only you were interested in, yeah.
Hey, well, okay. We'll upload Basically Sci-Fi to YouTube, same as usual, but Basically Erotic, Adam and I will upload to OnlyFans.
There we go. Gotta get that money. If we hit $100,000, then face reveal.
$100,001 for the other hair reveal.
For the ass reveal. Hope you guys ready.
That part can get cut.
Nope.
Nope.
Maybe. Who knows?
Who knows?
We don't cut anything on this podcast, dear listeners.
No. Oh boy. We have been on a roll, though, with our stories recently, huh? They've been good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would like to say that we've always been on a roll from the very beginning. All wonderful.
The beginning of the reboot has been pretty good. Hey, go back and listen to some of those 2-hour-long episodes, though. You know, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, make up your own damn mind.
Yeah.
Alright, so my story this week is called, let's see. Hungry, Hungry Raccoons. Yeah, that'll do.
Is that all one long title?
Yeah, probably. The Ark was making its way to another planet. It was pretty quiet on board. The maintenance bots hadn't even tased anyone in ages. That's all to say, it was quiet. Too quiet. Without using the actual tired phrase itself. Until, now. Randall and Glorda had just finished dinner and were headed back to their living spaces when they bumped into Happel on his way to the bridge for an inspection. Happel had no authority in the societal structure of the Ark, but some people looked up to him as the man who really got the Ark project moving, so when he bossed them around, folks were more receptive to it than they should have been. Well, good evening, Happel. How have you been? Yes. Hello. I'm very busy, Happel replied dismissively. Alright, dude. Be that way, then.
Dude?
Yeah. Randall had almost gotten used to Happel being a holier-than-thou douche. He had never been particularly pleasant, but lately the recognition had really gone to his head. Sorry, Randall. I've been under some stress of late. I should not take it out on my people. Your people? Would you listen to yourself? You really have lost it if you consider yourself to be in a position of power. All you did was take credit for my idea. People on board are grateful, sure, but you're no deity to them. I don't know what you're talking about. I certainly didn't get any ideas from you. Crazy. You're going crazy, Randall. You should seek medical help. They both glared at each other for a minute. I will when you do. Randall had given up. That ultimatum should be enough to justify never seeing a medical professional ever again for either of them. The two sides parted ways, neither having dealt a decisive blow, but both feeling confident that they didn't lose ground either. Just forget that guy, Glorda said, trying to distract from the situation. I wish I could, but he insists on bringing it up every time I see him, Randall replied. You want me to shut him up? Came a voice from a dark corner of the hallway.
Ooh.
A maintenance bot, who had previously been dismantling the air filtration system in this particular passage. No thanks. I'll just have to talk to him in private later, Randall said with just enough disappointment in his voice to completely deny comforting himself. Your loss, the bot scuttled on, knowing he could come back to his job later when there was either no one to witness him or someone that nobody would believe. Hard to say which he thought would be funnier. Meanwhile, Happel was troubled. The conversation had upset him. Randall was supposed to stay quiet about his involvement in suggesting the Fibulans help build the Ark. People many years from now could find out and honor him. The glory here and now should belong to Happel, though. It was his, by right. He was Randall's superior. And if he didn't get that, he would have to do something. But what? It would be hard to discredit Randall. He was well liked by the crew, so maybe the only way to do this was leaving him behind on this planet they were approaching.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
He might be able to pull that off. Happel made his way to the bridge and went up to the pilot, Brondo. He asked, When do we arrive on the next world? Well, we're about a day out. Do you know if it looks promising? Brondo asked. We wouldn't have chosen it as a stopping point if it didn't look suitable. Happel replied as obnoxiously as he could muster. The day was plenty of time to flesh out a plan, so he headed back to his quarters. When he arrived, Glorda was waiting for him, and she didn't appear overly pleased. What the hell is wrong with you? She shouted. You know Randall just wants your appreciation, and he damn well deserves it. He provided the idea for how to accomplish this project. You owe him at least a thank you, if you want to keep him quiet about that fact. What do you know about it? He isn't supposed to talk about that thing. That never happened. And anyways, nothing happened. You're crazy. What the hell are you talking about? All I'm saying is you should just be appreciative of all he has done in his years of working with you. You don't understand. I had the idea, and he's trying to take that from me. At this point, Happel couldn't tell if she knew what the full story was or not, but assumed Glorda knew more than he wanted her to, so he was throwing a tantrum to get rid of her. Glorda decided to remove herself from the situation just as he had planned. Fine, if you want to act like a child, we can all start treating you like one. And with that, she headed back to her quarters, and Happel let her go. He didn't have much time left to work on his plan. In his quarters, he started looking at projections for this world. It was predicted that there might be high enough oxygen saturation in the atmosphere that much of the flora and fauna would be oversized. That could supply a happy accident for Randall. But relying on those projections was really just wishful thinking. What he needed was a plan he could control. He set to work on a mind control device.
Okay.
But before he got his first circuit boards ready, the Ark stopped, and he was called to the bridge to join the landing party. He would just have to wing it.
Okay, so no mind control device then.
No. Alright, everyone. Your assignments this time are a bit different. Glorda addressed the assembly party. Happel, Randall, you two need some quality time to settle whatever the fuck's going on there. At this, Happel was amazed with his luck.
Yeah.
but was also thinking this could be some sort of setup.
Why is he so paranoid?
Well, because he's planning to murder Randall, so I suppose it could go the other way around, too.
Are murderers always worried
Yeah.
about being murdered? I guess we
When
never
murder's
asked.
on the table,
Oh.
it can be murder anytime.
That sounds accurate.
Yeah.
Plum, this time we need you to find suitable locations for the giant apocalypse robots. Ted, you will come with me to talk to any peoples we might encounter. And with that, the landing party headed to the planet. Happel and Randall were in low orbit looking for potential civilizations. They hardly spoke a word for the first couple of hours. The scenery was beautiful. A collection of dying trees, lovely murky lakes that when looked at gave the impression that millions of eels were swimming merrily just below the surface.
Ugh.
I know, but...
Well, I mean, eels are... I mean, you can cook eels.
Oh, yeah.
Should we check to see if there's any potential food source in there? Randall finally broke the silence. Probably. Would you like me to make sure everybody knows that was your idea too? Happel replied hastily. What is wrong with you, dude? Just get over it. If you're going to use the circumstances around... Randall's righteous indignation was interrupted abruptly by a big booming voice coming from the tree line. What's all this shouting about? The voice stepped out from behind a tree. It had the appearance of a massive beast, with black fur around the eyes and stripes down its back of the same, and a pointed snout. It was Raccoon. I can't do this. It was a 15-foot tall raccoon.
I was getting it. I got that it was a raccoon.
That I actually wrote those lines.
I know.
That was
but...
the intent. Hey there, fellas. Got any food? The beast
I
asked.
really like him.
It can talk, Happel said, like an idiot explaining existence to other idiots. Hello, I'm Randall. My simple friend here is Happel. We have some small rations if you're in dire need. Can I ask, what's your name? I'm Gregorius,
Oh,
and I
good.
think I may be in desperate need of some food. Randall went through his pack and pulled out some rations. It's just reprocessed cabbage, but he couldn't finish his sentence. Gregorius grabbed the rations and devoured them, looking around nervously, as though he had done something wrong. When he finished, he said, "Thank you so much. I was rather famished." Is food scarce on this world? No. It's just customary for my people to ask for food before eating it. And I haven't seen anyone to ask in weeks. Are you lost? Where are your people? Randall asked. I'm not lost. They're lost. I woke up one day and there was no one in the village but me and my pet lizards.
Multiple.
I've been searching everywhere for them. I don't suppose you've seen them anywhere. They look similar to me, but their hair coloring patterns and facial features are different. Yeah, that's how that works, Happel blurted out. Oh, well, you two look exactly the same, so I wasn't sure if it was different for you creatures. Happel and Randall looked each other up and down. Randall was slightly taller. Happel had blue eyes to Randall's green. But, most noticeably, Happel had 4 arms to Randall's 6. They shrugged at each other, and Happel asked, "What's in this water here?" The lake still seemed to be moving, but not in a particularly watery way. "Oh, that's not a lake. That's Rudy. She's napping." 2 eyes blinked open on the surface, and a section of the water lifted up and expelled air as if yawning. "Hey there, Greg. How's your search been going?" Rudy asked. Not good, but pretty well. I came back to ask you to let me eat, but I found these two little critters, and they let me eat some of their food. They seem real nice. Have you ever had cabbage? It tastes fine.
It's just fine. It's just cabbage.
I freaking do love cabbage, though.
What?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, cabbage is great. I love cabbage.
Every time I go out to izakaya, that's the first thing I get is cabbage.
That's because the first thing they give you is cabbage.
No, that's the first
Because
thing
it
I
costs, like,
pay
no
money
money.
for it.
Cabbage is free. Cabbage should basically be like water. But that shit should be free.
Yeah, no. What? Okay. Well, go find some food for yourself. Then we can talk about where to look for your family next. Rudy struggled to take in all of the information given. After all, she had just woken up, and it was a bit much. I'll go with you. It'd be nice to see some of the local food sources, Randall offered. Very well. I'll stay here and have a bit of a chat with Rudy here. She seems to be more focused than gregarious. Happel, in truth, was happy to be clear of Randall for a bit. He still didn't know what sending the two of them off together was supposed to accomplish, but here we are nonetheless. Gregorius and Randall made their way to the tree line and were quickly out of sight. Happel turned to this lake creature and asked, "So what's the deal there?" "Oh, you've met him.
Okay.
He's like that all the time. I'm pretty sure his people snuck off in the night one day, just so they wouldn't have to deal with him anymore. But it is possible he just forgot where they lived."
They snuck off in the night one day.
Yep. There was a hint of sadness to Rudy's voice. Or maybe it was just pity. "Anyways, he found me not too long ago. I've been giving him directions to search in and permission to eat since then. Why don't you just tell him to eat when he's hungry?" "Oh no, never do that. With his people, if you let them know they can eat whenever they please, then they'll never stop. They'll consume anything and everything they come across, given the chance. Usually whoever happens to tell them that first. Now there was an idea. If Happel could get Randall to give this creature free rein to eat, it could take care of his own little problem. This planet really wasn't going to work out anyways. You could already tell there was too much intelligent life. They wouldn't want the competition." As he formulated this new plan, Randall and Gregorius returned. Greg was carrying a small tree and looking quite pleased with his discovery. He asked Rudy for permission to eat, but Happel interjected first, forgetting his plan entirely. "Why ask permission? Just eat whatever you want when you want to eat it." "What are you doing?" Rudy shouted. But it was too late. Happel was sprinting away at top speed already, and Gregorius was finishing the tree and looking hungrily at Randall, who was mostly just confused. Rudy lifted off into the air. If you've never seen a lake fly, it's hard to describe the way a million little wings sprout from its jello-like substance, so I won't try.
Okay, good. I would not have been able to get that one.
Happel got back to the ship and told everyone a story about how a giant raccoon went crazy and ate Randall, and everyone just went along with it. Thus the Ark began making its way to the next world.
Whoa.
The end. Or to be continued. Whichever. I don't care.
There's no way to know that Randall got eaten. There's no way to know.
Well,
And that's what I like.
that will never come back to bite Happel in the ass. It's done, and they're moving on.
I'm
We'll
really
find
excited.
out
When you said
eventually.
his name was, now I'm going to say Gregarious? But that's not right.
Gregorius.
Gregorius. Yeah.
And I felt like he was supposed to be gregarious as well. And I liked how his name was almost like what he is.
Yeah,
Although gregarious just means like happy, right? And like easy to talk to.
I think so. That's what I was going for.
Yeah. I thought you were completing the trifecta of Goofies. I thought that's our best Jared attempting a Goofy voice that we're gonna get, I think.
Yeah, well, a raccoon is basically a dog.
Yeah.
Unless it's a Tanuki.
Trash pandas.
You said rash panda?
Trash panda.
Oh, trash panda. I was like, I guess you could say raccoons have a rash.
I
Probably do.
It's like, yeah, they are totally just impatient pandas.
Oh.
Maybe it was a mic issue, but I also heard rash panda.
Yeah.
Pandas that don't think before they act.
Pandas that only shower once every 4 days.
Okay, we are going for different definitions of the word rash, but they both.
Yeah.
Well, poor K,
Sure.
no those toes, my man. They could all be the same. I mean, it could all be one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I got distracted halfway through, and I started looking up our videos to be like, did that thumbnail get used yet? And then I checked the Google Drive, and it's gone from there too. So
That
I
means
guess
it's got
you're saving it.
Yeah.
The lake monster.
Yeah, no, I kept that one for this episode.
Nice. I'm excited to see it again. I liked that picture. So when this episode goes up, I'm gonna be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So preemptively, everyone, I like the picture on this episode, but I
yes.
also liked the story.
Yeah.
I liked. Well, I mean, I don't completely understand the tension between Happel and Randall. It feels really one-sided, and
Yeah.
like Randall
It
totally
is.
seems willing to let it go.
Yep.
And Happel is like, no, need to murder him, which was a twist I didn't see coming.
The Happel's basically, I don't know why, but Happel's like double down on this. He's like,
Yeah,
well,
Yeah.
I can't admit that, Randall did anything. So I just gotta kill him.
and
Yeah,
I know
I kind of.
He skipped over paying him off, or
No, I've
getting him in debt.
been setting
or-
this up for some time. Like, I guess it was just not apparent enough. I was trying to have him go slightly less balanced each time he appeared, up until he just goes full nuts with trying to kill Randall, or killing Randall.
Well, that much has been
And-
obvious. I kind of thought you were building up towards just general, like, mutiny. I figured they were going to be on the ship long enough that everyone was kind of going to not like each other. But,
Yeah.
no, this is just the one guy
No,
going
it's
hard.
just-
Like,
I mean, even the
It's just
robots now
crazy.
don't like anybody.
yeah, right?
Well, yeah, that was their entire point. Like,
Yeah.
that's their established character from
Yeah.
before I started the story.
Oh, yeah.
No,
So,
it's great that everything is, like, going wrong. Like, I can see
Yeah.
where things are going, but
I would
but
say
when
it was
it-
a reaction to you saying that everything always turns out happy in my universe, but it just is. I had written this already when you started saying that, so.
yeah. Which just proves that you were crafting it perfectly.
Yeah.
You have the self-control of a saint.
Yeah.
If I was in that position, I don't know if I'd be able to keep it to myself. It's like, no, you have no idea, man. Just wait. A few more episodes, just wait.
Yep.
Yeah, where's the fun in that, though? It's more amusing for me to drop it on you. And, like, with the episode I just put up this week, with the shows.
Right.
Just going fucking nuts at the end.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
way
the
funnier if you
re-education.
guys don't know what's coming. Yeah. Yeah, the re-education. Yep.
It would be education by fire.
Guess if I had one criticism, then my criticism would be that cabbage is delicious. So, you're going to have to go back and edit that.
My one criticism is that cabbage is not
I mean-
delicious.
I like cabbage as much as the next person, but I don't like on its own. It's nothing.
No, I
It's
guess
like-
not.
Waxy lettuce.
Yeah,
That was kind of the
crisp.
joke though. Like they had a ration pack that was just cabbage.
Yeah,
Which-
it sounded like it wasn't as crisp as I'm imagining it right now, but
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever eaten wilted cabbage.
This has been Cabbage Podcast. Where we talk about cabbages.
Oh my god! So
If
basically
you've ever had
cabbage.
coleslaw or sauerkraut, you have had wilted cabbage.
yeah, and that's why it's vastly inferior to other forms of cabbage.
What?
Yeah.
Sauerkraut is the
No, get
dankest.
that
It's
outta
literally
here.
dank.
Get
In
it
every-
out of here.
The exact definition of the word dank.
It is just one of the many reasons why KFC is a horrible place to go.
What?
I'm just not
Yeah.
really a fan of fermented foods.
Yeah.
Like,
Uh,
even when I could drink, I didn't really like wine. I would drink it. I was never a particular fan.
I don't know. I'm a huge fan of anything with vinegar, but coleslaw is always really sweet, right?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
Coleslaw
sweet.
and sauerkraut are
Yeah.
wildly different.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, sauerkraut is awesome.
Coleslaw is like cabbage with mayonnaise on it.
Ugh.
not if you do it right, but you know.
So the thing I was saying from the izakaya is like it's cabbage, but they just like cut off a whole like chunk of cabbage, like 25% of a head of cabbage, and then it's got this dressing on it that's like sardine dressing.
This has been basically sci-fi.
Oh, it's so good.
Tired of cabbage. Oh.
Oh.
It's fine. It is an acceptable food.
Yes,
It is fine. I will eat it if you put it in front of me. Probably. I like the setup and then the like immediate payoff for having the raccoon eat that dude, or like maybe
Yeah,
we don't know,
I
maybe
just
eating that dude.
Didn't want to turn it into a 2-part episode, so it ran kind of long, but it was also rushed at the end, so...
I was sitting here waiting for like Havel to start doing like word games where he like tried to I don't know like
Yeah.
let's play a game. Charades, 3 words.
Yeah.
First word small. Havel's
That
like
was initially my plan.
You can eat.
Okay.
You can eat anything.
Yeah, because
That
I
That was
was a
initially
bit
my plan, but
confused.
like I said, the episode kind of just ran long.
I was a bit confused by the narrator saying that he came up with the plan and then forgot his plan, but it worked. So, yeah, I wasn't
Well, no,
sure if
his
it was
plan was to
intentional
get-
or not.
Randall to say it, and he
Right.
said it himself instead.
They just fucking
And then
ran
just
off.
ran away while Randall was standing there confused.
That happens to me though too. Like just the same thought keeps occurring to me every time it's relevant.
That's
Like it's the first time.
It's like in Napoleon Dynamite where he like insults that dude and then like immediately runs off and like falls down. That's like kind of how I imagined fucking Havel acting here. He's like, "You can eat anything you want," and he just fucking starts running like halfway through the end of the last word.
Yeah. I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
It's a classic movie.
We saw that together in theaters, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man,
Yeah.
what a
and then it
what a
got
bad movie.
Quoted to death.
What a wonderful movie.
Horrible.
Just the best.
It was funny like the first time you saw it, but then the like 3 years of people quoting it endlessly afterwards were not so great.
None of
I
that's
believe
on the
my
movie.
first words after seeing the movie to you and probably Anna and everybody else was like,
Yeah.
"Man, all the good parts were in the trailer."
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we were so excited
true.
for it, And then literally every joke that was in the movie was in the trailer, and the rest of the time was just a waste of, like, leading up to the part from the trailer. There, he said it! He said the tots! Like, it was already like watching it for the second time.
That's why I hate trailers for movies. Fucking terrible.
I mean,
let me show you all the highlights of the movie to ruin like any suspense or surprise. and
that's why trailers nowadays are just like the fucking superhero's logo, like slowly zooming into the screen and then backing out and then fade
that's
to black
also the most
summer 2020. You know,
that's also the most exciting parts of those movies. So look at that animation. It's like only hard to tell it was done by a computer.
I'm calling out everything today. I don't like superhero movies.
Wow. Today is Todd's hot takes. Cabbage is fine and superhero movies are bad.
Some of them are fine, I guess. The good ones that you're about to tell me.
They're like,
that one was good, and I'm going to go, yeah.
They're just generically entertaining. Like, if you want to watch something that you don't have to think very much about, it's good. But
and that's not
if you want to be engaged by the movie you're watching, then don't watch a superhero movie.
I want to have kids with the movie.
Unless you're like all of my coworkers who find just blatant loud action to be more amusing than anything else in cinema.
Well, as long as your coworkers didn't come back from watching Joker going like, that was the deepest, most intellectually challenging movie I've ever seen.
Oh, man. They probably did. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that nonsense. Jack off a raccoon. Who knows? I don't know. You can join us on Discord. There will be a link in the description. Until next time.
See you.
Bye.